Mario Kart, a game loved by millions of gamers. And now, with Mario Kart 8's reign at an end, there are many uses of this game, an experiment being one of them, which is exactly what I'll be doing. How does distance affect how well I play Mario Kart 8 Deluxe? So here's how this experiment is going to work. 4 time trial races at Donut Plains 3 on the Super Nintendo, each at increasing distances. Each race will be 3 laps long, and I'll only be using Yoshi on a standard quad with metal wheels for maximum speed and weight. No need for gliders on this track, there's nothing to fly. Start boosts, drift boosts and jump boosts are allowed, but no mushrooms because it's unfair for the experiment and winners don't do drugs. Before this experiment begins, I'll need your participation. What you need to do is to pause the video and guess how long it takes for me to do 3 laps of the track with no mushrooms at each distance. I'll give you 5 seconds to do it. Now that you're finished, let the experiment begin. So this is me with the Switch on my hand. No introduction, usual for any gamers with their handheld console. The screen is big enough for them to ride their character 3 laps around the track. This results in me completing the course with a time of 2 minutes and 5.025 seconds. So this is me, and that is the Nintendo Switch on that sofa. Oh boy. A smaller screen compared to level 1, so it's harder for me to stay on track. I did hit a few blocks and took a dip whilst crossing the bridge, rarely, but despite that, it's a somewhat doable task, but I complete the course 25 seconds slower than the first level. So this is me, and that's the Switch right over there, literally on the edge of the living room. And you might be wondering why there's one Joy-Con on the Switch. It's because when I use both of them, Yoshi decides to go backwards. It happened a lot, and I thought, you know what, let me do it with one Joy-Con. That's it. The screen is getting smaller and smaller over the course of the experiment, making things much harder for me to stay on track. I hit the blocks and took a dip whilst crossing the bridge more often, and I also went the wrong way around a few times. All of this accumulating to me completing the course 3 minutes slower than the first level. So this is the Switch on the sofa, and this is where I'll be sitting. Right on the edge of the dining room. Very insane for level 4. So this is my second time doing level 4, the first time in which the Switch died midway through the attempt. But despite that, it's like level 3 but much harder, in which this is the point where I go reverse, hit the blocks and took a dip whilst crossing the bridge the most. And as a result, and I think it's no surprise whatsoever, the timer clocked in for level 4 is the slowest of the experiment at 6 minutes 12.304 seconds. So here's a quick recap of the time trial times across all 4 levels put on the screen. Feel free to pause the video to check if you're right. So, what have you learned in this video? Well, you can play Mario Kart 8 Deluxe at increasing distances, but at the expense of a smaller screen. And there are a few things I want to mention in this video. Firstly, I've actually used an iPad for slower and clearer time-lapse sections compared to my supersonic phone's time-lapse. So that makes the Switch bigger and easier for me to see the game itself, so that's unfair. Another thing is the distraction and practice. Both of them are responsible for affecting the time taken for me to do 3 laps around the track. In terms of practice, it's mainly either I need to get control of my character in the race, or that the Switch died midway through the attempt. Distractions, it could be anything, depending on the location. And third and final thing, it's I didn't do each level at least 3 times for validity, standardization, or whatnot. because of time constraint and I couldn't care less. So if I were to do it again, I would change these things and improve the standardization. And on that bombshell, this experiment concludes here. Thanks for watching this video. Shout out to n14._04 for suggesting this very first winning video idea of 2024. I had to spice your idea up to a video gaming experiment, so you might thank me later. If you'd like to have your idea come to life on this channel, please follow me on Instagram at PettyThumbie_7, where I'll be posting the same question on video content every week, so you input your idea there. Remember, I'll only accept the most appropriate, most trendy and least cancel-worthy idea, so bear that in mind. Also, once the video is uploaded, a teaser will be released on both TikTok and Instagram, so check it out before seeing the actual video. All is left for me to say is if you're happy with the video I've posted on YouTube, please like, share, comment your feedback, and most importantly, subscribe! This is me, signing off!